And the race is on. Sees the breeze away just a half step slow. Little GT and I'll Smile Again, the two stablemates, are first and second early on. Joining them, Wild Irishman 3 deep. And on the far outside, Lightning Lad going to try to tuck back and over from that fourth position. But Little GT takes him by the wire in front. And they're in no hurry early on. Little GT 3/4 of a length in front. Getting a little closer now is I'll Smile Again as those two go into the turn 1-2. Just off of them, Wild Irishman's back in third. Getting toward the inside was Frosty Warrior, takes over that fourth position from Lightning Lad, who's back in fifth. Another length then to Village Preacher in sixth. That's another 6 back to Seize the Breeze, who's void of early speed after a 23-2 opening quarter mile. Up on the front end, Little GT takes him on to the back stretch. Now on the outside, Wild Irishman getting closer. Draws to within a half length in second. They're a length and a half clear of I'll Smile Again, who's content to watch those two from third. Another length after that finds Lightning Lad in fourth. Down to the inside, Frosty Warrior, fifth in the green colors and about 6 off the pace. It's a length more then back to a Village Preacher and about 10 more back to Seize the Breeze, who's still a distant last. 47-2 for that opening half mile. It's been cruise control up front for Little GT. Little GT past the 3/8 pole. Length and 3/4 to the good now. Pushed along is Wild Irishman from the second. Down on the inside, I'll Smile Again is starting to range in toward the leader up front. As Little GT winds around to the quarter pole, the lead's a length and a half. Stablemate I'll Smile Again stays to the fence. Starting to warm up on the outside. Lightning Lad is gaining a little bit of ground. Frosty Warrior looking toward the inside. They've all got to come get Little GT though. Colby Hernandez and Little GT to the furlong pole. The lead stretched out to 3.5 or 4 now. Down the outside, Village Preacher starting to launch a bit of a bid with Lightning Lad, but they're both 5 or 6 behind as Little GT comes by the 16th pole well in command. Village Preacher up to second. Down on the inside, Frosty Warrior third. Little GT all the way. Won it by 5.5, 6 in the end. Second was Village Preacher, Frosty Warrior after that. Then came Lightning Lad and I'll Smile Again. And the race is on. The favorite SWAT Analysis got away beautifully, goes right out to the front. Swill coming up to chase that one in the red colors from the outside. Now a clear-cut second. So the favorites 1-2 as they run toward that far turn. SWAT Analysis just a half length in front now. Swill pressing closer. In behind that one comes Spite Malice in the blue colors, who's a joint third with Galaxy Music. On the far outside, Youngest of 5 is fifth, and dropping out last now is Black Candy. About 7 lengths cover them as they go by the half-mile pole. Up on the front end, it's SWAT Analysis in front. The opening quarter in 22 seconds flat. SWAT Analysis pressed by Swill. They're a length and a half in front of Youngest of 5, who now merges up into that third position, is just 2.5 behind. Galaxy Music and Spite Malice, they're 4th and 5th back on the inside, and still 3 more back to Black Candy. They come to the top of the stretch. Swill right up alongside of SWAT Analysis, confronts that one at the top of the lane. 3/16 of a mile left to go, and here's Swill on the outside to go to the front. SWAT Analysis had no answer, is now a length and a half back in second. 3 more back to Youngest of 5 and Galaxy Music. They come by the furlong pole. It's Swill in command. Heavy on Toledo and Swill now by 2. Down on the inside, SWAT Analysis. Good battle for third between Galaxy Music and Youngest of 5, but the battle for first is over. Swill going to go on to win it here at 9-5. Won it by 2.5, 3 in the end. SWAT Analysis was second. Galaxy Music looked to hold third over Youngest of 5 and fourth. And the race is on. Fleets Bay from the inside, Dear Santa from the inside. Those two inside runners out quickest as Dear Santa takes over by the wire the first time round. Bonnie Rolling Tide coming up from between horses now to challenge from second. And Forever Saucy joining the party out 3 deep as they run into that first turn, those 3 across the track. Fleets Bay elected to drop off the top, is now 2.5, 3 back in fourth. It's a length and a half more back to Gaming Soul in fifth. Right to that one's outside is Ensign Skip. And Make 'em Tap, Antonio Gallardo at the back early on, about 8 lengths off the leaders up front as they work their way onto the back stretch. Up on the front end, it's Dear Santa, who leads it by half a length. The long shot, Forever Saucy, 23-1 for that opening quarter mile. Those two have gone 2.5 now ahead of Bonnie Rolling Tide, who's back all alone in third. It's another 3 lengths back to Fleets Bay in the fourth position. Gaming Soul stays down toward the inside in fifth. Then comes Ensign Skip in the red and blue colors, and Make 'em Tap still the trailer. They have 3 furlongs left to go in their journey. Dear Santa, 46-4 for that opening half mile. It's Dear Santa by a length. Gaming Soul slipping through insider runners. Just went by a couple horses to take over second. Fleets Bay starts to launch out 3 deep. Forever Saucy. Here's a 4 deep move from Ensign Skip, who is at the back. And also Make 'em Tap starting to move forward. So the group is bunching up here as they come by the quarter pole. Dear Santa's been there every step of the journey. Fleets Bay tries to come after that one now from second as they turn for home. It's Dear Santa off the turn, a length and a half. Fleets Bay under a drive in second, trying to make up some ground. Down the far outside comes Make 'em Tap, who was last early on, still has to make up 4 now. Dear Santa gets away just outside of the 16th pole. Between horses, Fleets Bay down the outside is Make 'em Tap, but a final 16th to go, and Dear Santa still finding on the lead. Victor Carrasco and Dear Santa All the way, won it by 3, and in the end. Make 'em Tap was second, third Fleets Bay, fourth went to Gaming Soul. And the race is on in open court, away just a step slow. Good start for the favorite Where's Emma, who heads out to the early advantage. Kobe Smile down toward the inside was out in good order. Here's Annie's Kingdom up from the outside now to Poconos into second. But it is Where's Emma and Vincent Chamano in charge by the wire the first time around. A lineup of 3 just in behind that. Annie's Kingdom from the outside. The Monster Iris between horses and Kobe Smile toward the fence. Those 4 are linked in front of Rapid Miss Tappet, who's up into that 5th spot, worked over to about the 2 path from the outside draw. It's a length more than back to She's Like Thunder, and She's Got the Money. Those 2 are together in 6th and 7th. They're 2 clear of Nadudette in 8th. And at the back early on, the slow starting in open court. 24 seconds for that opening fraction, and up front it's Where's Emma who sets the tempo. Where's Emma down the back stretch, now length and a half in front, throwing the head a little bit, but still in front by just over a length. On the outside, Annie's Kingdom. Down on the inside comes the Monster Iris, who's third. Length more back to Kobe Smile under. Good hold is the gray in fourth, shadowed on the outside by Rapid Miss Tappet. Then comes a lineup of 3 runners, starting to make some ground. Nadudette on the far outside. Then comes She's Like Thunder, and She's Got the Money. And in open court is still the trailer, but now just 7 lengths cover the group. 49 seconds. They really slacked it down that backstretch run as Where's Emma continues on a length confidently in front. Now Annie's Kingdom getting closer on the outside, draws to within a half length, and Annie's Kingdom now right up alongside Vincent Chamano, though still not in a rush with Where's Emma, who's still under a good hold on the lead. They come past the quarter pole. Where's Emma, Annie's Kingdom trying to force her hand. Those 2 into the stretch, length and a half in front. Rapid Miss Tappet's down toward the inside. Nadudette's making some progress on the outside. They have just over a furlong left to go. Now Where's Emma gets the signal to go. Annie's Kingdom tries to stick with that favored leader, but Where's Emma now a length and a half in front. Annie's Kingdom back to second. Nadudette, Kobe Smile switched out to the outside for the drive, but a final 16th to go, and Where's Emma confidently handled throughout. Where's Emma going to go on to win it at 1-2, won it by 3 in the end. Nadudette looked to get up and snatch second from Annie's Kingdom. After that was Kobe Smile and Rapid Miss Tappet. And the race is on. Caught him in a pretty good line. When I Get to Heaven, showing good speed. Sharp Red Eagle down toward the fence. Those 2 quickest here in the early going is March from the outside. Is in a contending spot. Passed on the inside by Naked and Famous, who takes over third. In and amongst horses stopped. The spread was out in 5th. Then comes Storm Trap. Sam Stormy started to make some ground with Putin Online, who's back second last. And at the back early on is Supreme Law. They head into that far turn. And up on the front end, a 3-way battle. Sharp Red Eagle on the inside. When I Get to Heaven out 3 deep. Naked and Famous right between them. Now drops a length back. They clipped off that opening quarter in 22 seconds flat. Sharp Red Eagle and neck in front. When I Get to Heaven sidles up alongside. Those 2 come past the quarter pole. 2 lengths ahead now. Naked and Famous. Putin Online is starting to get going, and those lime colors on the outside. Inside of that one comes March. They have just over 3/16 left to go. When I Get to Heaven goes to the lead. Down on the inside, Sharp Red Eagle. Putin Online continues to make some rally. Is up for third. Down toward the inside, trying to get going. Has stopped the spread as they have just over a 16th to go. It's up front. When I Get to Heaven. When I Get to Heaven in front. When I Get to Heaven by 3 lengths. Marched, and Putin Online battling out second. Third, When I Get to Heaven, won it by 3. Second was really close there between Putin Online and March. Multiple horse photos for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And the race is on. Hidden Enemy in the center out well. Novgorod the Great is close up, and here's Novgorod the Great to take over and grab the early lead. Flop shot toward the inside was out in good order, and Stormy Pattern up from the outside, but Novgorod the Great clears off by the wire the first time around. Jesus cast on, and Novgorod the Great by 3. Stormy Pattern up to second. Flop shot settles back third after that Hidden Enemy, and Win for the Money. They're right together 4th and 5th. A length more than back to Shadow Sphinx, who stays toward the inside. Gliders just to that one's outside, and Code Runner is at the back early on. About 8 or 9 lengths front to back as Novgorod the Great. Jesus Caston trying to throttle down that speed. 23 and 2 for the opening quarter mile. They wheel onto the back stretch with about a 2.5, 3 length advantage. Stormy Pattern a clear second. 2 more then back to Win for the Money in third. Flop shot back a couple spots in 4th. Then comes Hidden Enemy in the red colors, who's 5th and about 6 or 7 off the lead. After that comes Code Runner, who's made up a little bit of ground. The 2 at the back, Shadow Sphinx and Glider. They have just over a half mile left to run in their journey. 47 and 2 was that opening half mile time as they run toward the far turn. It's Novgorod the Great. The lead's a length and a half now. Stormy Pattern getting closer from second. Just inside of them comes Win for the Money, who's third. Down along the inside, just 2.5 off the top. Novgorod the Great continues on. Stormy Pattern a half length back. Now Win for the Money gets the cue and starts to move out 3 deep. Moving up Gliders between horses. Here comes Glider, who was at the back early on, is up to about 4th now and going to try to follow the move of Win for the Money. As Win for the Money takes over at the top of the lane. It's Win for the Money, the leader. Here's Glider, a fresh challenge up on the outside. Flop shot just in and amongst horses down on the inside. Stormy Pattern. Win for the Money past the furlong pole. The lead's about a length. Glider trying to push on by, has 130 yards to do so. It's Win for the Money still there. Glider on the outside, still just over a length back. Win for the Money keeps on finding Jorge Ruiz and Win for the Money to win it. Glider was second, Flop Shot third, fourth went to Stormy Pattern, and fifth was Shadow Sphinx. And the race is on, and Class Wizard got away a couple of steps slow. Alfalfa showing good speed. Pico de Oro down toward the inside is sent early, and those two square off through that opening 16th of a mile. My Boy Blue perched to their outside third, only two off the top. It's a length and a half more back to Stubborn Canafella, who's back and fourth, and Class Wizard, after that slow beginning, is fifth in the trailer at about 7 or 8 off the lead of Pico de Oro, who takes him into that far turn. Pico de Oro by the 3/8 pole length in front of Alfalfa in second. Those two go into that turn. They've gone 3.5 in front of My Boy Blue. 22-1 was that opening quarter mile. Pico de Oro continues on. Alfalfa pushed to go after this long-time leader as they come to the quarter pole. They're 3 clear of My Boy Blue's got a good trip in behind, trying to get going Class Wizard from the back, and Stubborn Canafella as they turn for the Money. Pico de Oro still just in front. Alfalfa now coming up alongside My Boy Blue right down the crown of the track, and My Boy Blue has some serious momentum down the outside. Also Class Wizard running on. They have just over a 16th left to go. My Boy Blue hits the front. Pico de Oro back to second down the outside. Class Wizard and Stubborn Canafella, but My Boy Blue and Michael Sanchez got the trip and got the win. They won at 2.5 in the end. Pico de Oro was second over Class Wizard, then came Stubborn Canafella. And the race is on. Spritzer from the inside got away in good order. Up from the far outside, Global Sensation is handy and Capazzo between them, but it is Spritzer who leads him through that first 16th of a mile. Capazzo now coming up a bit closer from second. Titrate toward the inside, Fingal out wide. And also Global Sensation right there in that second flight as they come by the wire for the first time. Spritzer, but now Global Sensation going to come all the way up to challenge that one. And those two into that first turn. Capazzo and Fingal just in behind them, third and fourth. Then comes Titrate toward the inside in fifth. Nome Digas is sixth in the red colors between horses, but only about 3 off the speed. It's 2 more then back to Digital Software. The 2 at the back early on are Callaway Peak and Assiduous Lead. They got that opening quarter mile in 23 and 4 as they have 5.5 furlongs left to go in their journey. And up on the front end, it is Spritzer leading them. Spritzer a half length in front. Fingal up from the outside between horses Global Sensation. Down to their inside. Capazzo is creeping closer fourth down along the fence. Titrate is fifth in the pink cap, traveling pretty nicely there under a good hold, is just 2.5 behind. It's a break of 2 more back to Nome Digas. Callaway Peak trying to get going with Digital Software from the back and Assiduously as the trailer. They have just over 3/8 of a mile left to run off a 48 and 2 opening half mile. Spritzer's been there every step of the journey, but company is coming now. Global Sensation right up alongside. Fingal out 3 deep from third. A length and a half more. Titrate has had a nice run today. He's putting a nose into fourth as Capazzo was to that one inside fifth. As they wind around to the top of the stretch, there's a new leader. It's Global Sensation. Fingal immediately pounces on that one, and those two now face up to the top of the stretch. Titrate continues on in behind them, going to go out 3 deep from third as they have 3/16 of a mile left to go, and Titrate now sees daylight trying to come after Fingal. Fingal the new leader. Here's Titrate on the outside. Global Sensation quickly back to third. Callaway Peak down the outside is fourth, but Titrate hits the front outside the 16th pole. It's Titrate now a length of the good. Fingal, Callaway Peak charging late. Titrate and Jorge Ruiz in front. Titrate got a nice trip and won it by almost 2 in the end. Callaway Peak up for second. Third went to Fingal, and fourth Assiduously got going late to finish the Superfecta. And the race is on, and Memorialize came away in a total tangle at the back. It's about 10 or 11 behind the rest of the field. Good start for Zoe Lee, and on the outside, Matching Energy. Those two matching strides early on. Corinth driving through to join them, and up from the outside, No Show. Now 4 of them right across the course. That quartet goes a length and a half ahead of Genuine Peril. Inside of that one comes Luana. They're together 5th and 6th. They're 3 lengths clear of Talk and Sassy in 7th. It's another 5 then back to Victory Bridge, and after that tangle beginning, Memorializes at the back. Corinth makes her way toward the front. 22 and 1 for that opening quarter mile. Corinth in front, a half a length. Zoe Lee coming back for more on the outside now as they're a length and a half ahead of No Show, who swings into action out 3 deep, and here's No Show in the pink colors. Matching Energy just in behind, going to look for a rail run. Luana's trying to get going and is starting to motor up a touch. Memorialize is making up some ground along with Victory Bridge. They both have really good strides coming from the back. Keep an eye on them on the outside. Final furlong to go. Zoe Lee now comes to the front. Corinth is back to second. Right down the outside, Victory Bridge and Memorialize. They're gobbling up ground. It's Zoe Lee still in front. Zoe Lee, Victory Bridge, Memorialize. They're rallying up second and third, but Zoe Lee going to win it here 24 to 1. Second ended up very close. Two big moves there from Victory Bridge and Memorialized. They photoed second and third. Photo for fourth as well between Matching Energy and Corinth.